Bruno just got home from work. He pulled into his driveway, he put the car in park, he turned off the engine, and now he's doing absolutely nothing. 10 minutes go by, 20, 30. He's not checking his phone, he's not listening to a podcast, he's just staring at the steering wheel. His bladder's full, he's starving, his front door is exactly 20 steps away, but his hand won't move. Not because he doesn't want to, because something inside him already decided before he could even think that moving is not an option right now. If you looked through the window, you'd think he was relaxing, decompressing after a long day, but he's not. Inside his head, he is screaming at himself. Get up, go inside, make dinner, take a shower. But his body feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. If you've ever sat in your car for 40 minutes just to summon the energy to walk into your own house, if you've ever spent an entire Sunday trapped in your bed, staring at a pile of laundry you need to fold but couldn't move a muscle, if you've ever needed 2 hours just to transition from the couch to the shower, listen to me very carefully. You are not lazy, you are not procrastinating, and you are not losing your mind. Your nervous system has pulled the emergency brake. Psychology calls it the functional freeze, and telling yourself to just do it is the absolute worst thing you can do right now. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why your body does this and what actually breaks you out of it. Most people think stress has 2 modes, fight or flight, but there's a third one nobody talks about. In the 1990s, neuroscientist Dr. Stephen Porges discovered that when your brain decides you can't fight and you can't run, when the threat feels endless, your nervous system doesn't speed up, it shuts down. Heart rate drops, muscles go limp, thoughts go foggy, you freeze. And your brain doesn't need a tiger to trigger this. It runs a constant background scan called neuroception, reading your environment before you're even conscious of it. For people living in chronic stress, bad jobs, money problems, difficult relationships, your nervous system has been stuck scanning for danger for so long that the moment the pressure finally stops, like when you park the car and the engine goes quiet, your body doesn't gently shift into rest. It crashes. Like a laptop running at 100% CPU all day, and the moment you close the last tab, the screen goes black. That's what happened to Bruno. And it shows up in ways you might not recognize. Take Pip. She has a dentist appointment at 3. It's 10 in the morning, 5 hours free. She could read, clean, take a walk, but she's on the couch, staring at nothing. Her brain flagged that appointment as a low-level threat, and now her entire system is on standby, waiting, locked. She's not bad at time management. Her nervous system put her in a holding pattern. Or Ziggy. He knows he needs to shower. He's been telling himself for 3 hours, but standing up, undressing, adjusting the water, stepping in, drying off, getting dressed again, that chain of sensory transitions feels like climbing a mountain, so he stays in bed. And every minute he doesn't shower, the shame gets heavier, which deepens the freeze, which makes the shower feel more impossible. He's not dirty because he's lazy. His nervous system has priced that task at a cost his body can't afford right now. And even when Bruno finally makes it inside, the freeze doesn't stop. Now he's on the couch, Netflix is on, he's under a blanket, he looks relaxed, but his jaw is clenched. His heart rate is sitting around 90. His mind is looping through tomorrow's emails, the dishes, the rent due Friday. Researchers call this stress laxing, stress disguised as relaxation. He looks like a person resting. He feels like a deer playing dead in front of a predator, still on the outside, screaming on the inside. And then there's Finn. Flawless Monday through Friday, perfect meetings, sharp emails, solid deadlines. The guy everyone says has it together. But every Friday at 6 p.m., the moment he walks through his door, someone pulls his power cord. Doesn't speak, doesn't eat, sleeps 14 hours, scrolls his phone until Monday and does it all again. He didn't rest over the weekend, he went bankrupt. 5 days running on his nervous system's emergency reserves, and the weekend wasn't recovery, it was the crash.
If you see yourself in any of this, Pip's waiting mode, Ziggy's shower wall, Bruno's fake rest, Finn's weekend shutdown, understand this. You are not broken. Your body did exactly what it was designed to do. It protected you. The problem is, it protected you so well that now you can't move. And the usual advice, just get up, be more disciplined, doesn't work, because you can't think your way out of a freeze. Your prefrontal cortex is offline. The lights are on, but nobody's home. So how do you get out? Not through your mind, through your body. This comes from dialectical behavior therapy, one of the most evidence-based treatments for emotional dysregulation. It's called the TIPP skill. Take something cold, a bag of frozen peas, an ice-cold water bottle, and press it against your cheeks and under your eyes. Hold it for 30 seconds. Your face has a dense cluster of vagus nerve fibers. When they detect sudden cold, your brain triggers the mammalian dive reflex, a hard reset that shifts your nervous system back from freeze towards safety. You're not meditating, you're physically rebooting your system the way you'd restart a frozen computer by holding down the power button. Bruno doesn't keep a cold pack in his car, but he buys an ice-cold water bottle at the gas station on his drive home now, not to drink, to press against his face when he parks in the driveway. Because one night, out of sheer frustration, he pressed a cold bottle against his cheek and something shifted. His hands started moving, he opened the door. It wasn't motivation, it was biology. Here's the second thing. When you're frozen, don't try to go from 0 to 60. Get up, cook dinner, clean the kitchen, answer emails, hit the gym. A frozen nervous system doesn't respond to ambition, it responds to safety. So pick the lowest friction action possible. Turn on a song you love, not a podcast, not a productivity video, a song that makes you feel something, and hum along. When you hum, your vocal cords vibrate directly along the vagus nerve. It's called vagal toning, and it gently pulls your nervous system up from freeze towards safety, one vibration at a time. Ziggy does this now. On his worst nights when the shower feels impossible, he lies in bed and hums one song. By the end of it, he usually can sit up, not always, but sometimes. And sometimes is enough to break the loop. The goal isn't to be productive, the goal is to thaw by 1 degree. And the last piece, the one that matters most, there's a hidden engine keeping the freeze locked in place. It's not stress, it's shame. Why can't I just get up? Everyone else can handle this. I'm so lazy.
That voice isn't helping you move. It's pouring concrete over your feet. Shame activates the same shutdown pathway that caused the freeze in the first place. You freeze, you shame yourself. The shame deepens the freeze. It's a loop. Here's how you break it. When you're stuck, car, couch, bed, bathroom door, say this out loud. I'm not lazy. My nervous system is in shutdown. This is biology. I am safe. Out loud, not in your head. Speaking activates your prefrontal cortex, the thinking brain that went offline during the freeze, and it replaces the shame label with what's actually happening. The moment shame loosens its grip, the freeze starts to thaw. Then check in with your body. 3 questions. Can I feel my feet on the floor? Are my hands warm or cold? Can I feel my back against the seat? You're not solving a problem. You're re-entering your body. You're reminding your nervous system that you exist inside this skin. That's the first step back up. So here's your challenge this week. Next time you get home and can't get out of the car, don't fight it. Do one thing. Press something cold against your face for 30 seconds. Or turn on one song and hum until it ends. Or say out loud, I'm not lazy. My nervous system pulled the brake. Pick one. Try it once. Because the goal was never to force yourself to move. The goal was to remind your body that it's safe enough to start again. Bruno still sits in his driveway some nights, but last Tuesday he hummed a song. By the time it ended, his hand was on the door handle. He didn't force it. He just thawed enough. And that was enough.